problem with Hollywood is they make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit. Now, I'm not some grungy wannabe filmmaker that's searching for existentialism through a haze of bong smoke or something. No, it's easy to pick apart bad acting, short-sighted directing, and the purely moronic stringing together of words that many of the studios term as prose. No, I'm talking about the lack of realism. Realism. Not a pervasive element in today's modern American cinematic vision. Take Dog Day Afternoon, for example. Arguably Pacino's best work, short of Scarface and Godfather Part 1, of course. Masterpiece of directing, easily Lumet's best. The cinematography, the acting, the screenplay, all top-notch, but they didn't push the envelope. Now, what if in Dog Day, Sonny really wanted to get away with it? What if, now this is the tricky part, what if he started killing hostages right away? No mercy, no quarter. Meet our demands are the pretty blonde and the bell-bottoms gets it in the back of the head. Bam, splat. What, still no bus? Come on. How many innocent victims splattered across a window would it take to have the city reverse its policy on hostage situations? And this is 1976. There's no CNN. There's no CNBC. There's no internet. Now, fast forward to today, present time, same situation. How quickly would the modern media make a frenzy over the city? And in a matter of hours,
let's go.
It would be the biggest story from Boston to Budapest.
That is a mulligan.
10 hostages died.
That's a keep.
20, 30. Relentless. Bam, bam. One after another. All caught in high def, computer enhanced, color corrected. Practically
It's really sweet we get to be on the play as well.
For what? A bus? A plane? A couple of $1 million, it's federally.
Oh, that Allen tapped very quickly. Like the animation was very quick. Checking the stream looks alright. Seems good. Eventually, the certain versions will resolve, and that's when it starts. I don't think we want the worms in this one. It's really cool drawing the second versions. Yeah. There's a swan that goes around.
He exists in a world beyond your world.
Let's see how the music is, if it's dominating the sound.
We only fantasize, he does. He lives a life where nothing is beyond him. Nothing is beyond him.
Yeah, that one's Dr. Shores. I don't know what the certain versions. I could wait. See. You know, it actually don't have any of those cards. Only accounts it in 3.
He is a driven, unflinching, calculating machine.
not so bad. Living in, man. It's very tense. Game 1, usually the plan is just put a Griselbrand into the yard and say, okay, what now? And then you just wait and wait. And you try to get a second Griselbrand and try to go off. And then you hope they don't have a Ferryman Carb. Because then it's really bad. Then he just goes off and he beats you. But we might just lose if he goes up before us. Really annoyed about my previous match where I played against Infect, because in game 2 I really lost because I didn't discard that worm on turn 1. That's the real reason I lost the game. Yeah, if he goes for the combo here, it's like really bad. If I draw a Simian Spirit Guard, I can worm him, but that's not very good, because if he just combos in response, I just get an exiled. Well, I'll get worm in the yard, which doesn't do anything. So I need to draw Griselbrand now. The key is to not lose game 1, because game 1's like really crucial, because game 2 can be very hard. They bring in like all these weird hate cards. Yeah, if he does this thing now, we'll have 4, 7, 10, 13 power. We'll go down to 4 life. It's very unlikely we'll be able to combo from 4 life. Even if I hit Griselbrand on this. Like if he combos in response. Yeah, I think he's just going for it. The thing is, if he combos in response and I hit a Griselbrand, I'll win the game. Okay, he's cycling. If I hit Griselbrand here, we also just win. But we'll see. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's gonna doctor my top cards. Oh, that's really lame. Or should I say, he's gonna be the architect of my destruction. What will he keep on top? I don't know. Nonsense. Complete nonsense. So I don't want this. I don't need the second through the breach. I still have a land drop. Flashing back the looting doesn't do anything. I cannot shock. He's got 9, 13. Way too much. So we're actually just dead. Yeah, that's game. If I hit a shoal, I could maybe like survive. Yeah, if I hit a shoal, I would have been able to survive the turn. So actually it was more correct to use the Faithless Looting with a shock, because I might hit a shoal off that and I can survive. Yeah. Okay, GG. I think that was a very like acceptable keep. We just didn't get there. So he might bring in Leyline of the Void or Fairy Macabres. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully it's Leyline. It's a lot worse for him when they do that. I don't like bringing in Chalice for 0. I mean, it's okay. I don't really want or need Emrakul in this matchup. It just dies to Living End. I think this is okay. Just slows him down long enough for me to assemble through the breach. I don't particularly want Faithless Lootings, but they're okay. Because it's not really safe to try go for the combo in the graveyard because of Fairy Macabre. Izzet Charm's still fine. Maybe Izzet Charm's better than another looting. I think it might be. Three Chalice feels like too many, but I still have lootings. Yeah, Izzet Charm, I've counted that Beast Within a few times, but that doesn't matter typically. I don't know, Izzet Charm just does things sometimes, and you're just amazed every time. So I'll keep one in. Let's drop a Gory's Vengeance, that card sucks. Yeah, let's go, let's get there. Turn 3 breach, let's do it. Sweet. Okay, so this is quite a good hand. The only thing we have to hope is we don't get like slaughter games on turn 3. Which is actually a good reason to actually keep the Emrakuls in the deck, but we'll see what happens. Need to draw like Spirit Guard and stuff. Not yet. He's doing it. Cycling. Okay, so we can go off next turn, but it's like super dangerous. One strategy is just to put the thingy in the yard, the Grizzlebrand. And if like this is where Izzet Charm would be really good, because I would be able to say I had a Spirit Guard, I could Izzet Charm, put the Grizzlebrand in the graveyard, and yeah. What I'm going to do is actually I might just put up a Borg Moss in the graveyard. But yeah, anyway, I need to loot. Hopefully I can hit a Spirit Guard. Or a second Grizzlebrand, that works too. Okay, we hit a Shoal, so that means we can go off next turn. So I won't be dropping my Barbaric Moss. I'm worried about dropping the Gory's Vengeance. He might think I've got redundant copies in hand. Or he'll think that I'm just on the Through the Breach plan. It's very dangerous for me to drop all these other lands, because if he Fulminator Mages me, then I'm unable to have enough red mana to just go off. So let's see, maybe we get there next turn. Or if I draw a Spirit Guard, then I'm fine as well, but hopefully he doesn't Fulminator me. Hopefully he just goes for the combo, and he hopes it's good enough. It normally isn't. Yeah, there's the Fulminator. It's still like really dangerous going for the combo against it. Yeah, he's smart, he took attacks at the red source. I suppose it's the only redundant. He might have gone for the blue, but that doesn't matter too much. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this and hope I don't get fulminated. then I'll do it all in one turn. This way he can't attack my red, not easily. Sometimes you just lose because you play around Fairy Macabre and they fulminate you into oblivion. Maybe I was supposed to fetch basic island with the Watery Grave. If I draw Spirit Guide, we win. Didn't. But I get to drop one Guzzlebrand in the yard if I loot. But if I loot, I've still got 2 Blood Crypts I can fetch. So I can still hit double red. Yeah, let me do that. I think I must fetch an island here. I can't afford to get fulminated again. Yeah, he can't hit this unless he Beast Withins my swamp. Which isn't the worst. Well, it's quite bad. Spirit Guide. No Spirit Guide. So we'll drop a Guzzlebrand, and I don't see any reason to keep the Serum Visions. I want the Shoals because my life total is going to take a lot of pounds. I kind of want the Shores. Like, he might Beast Within my Black Source, and then say I have the Shores and I draw a Spirit Guide, I can still combo. So yeah, I'll do that. I don't actually have the Gory's Vengeance, I just wanted to sort of think I do. But maybe he'll Beast Within my Black Source. Or he'll just draw all his living ends. Or he combos now and then I hit my red source. Like, I don't know, was I supposed to fetch and shock instead of getting that island? Okay, we drew the Spirit Guide, so lucky us. He might be relying on Beast Within, but that's like Path, it's generally not good enough. Yeah, he had it. I don't know why he's showing me. Okay, so he's basically just doing his Path to Exile impression. Alright, so we drew. Okay, we can draw the deck. If my last 4 cards, if my Borborygmoss Moss is in my last 4 cards, we can still win, because I still have a land drop. So, and it's a black source, so he's used 1 Fairy Macabre. If he has a second Fairy Macabre, then, yeah, anyway, let's see what happens. Because he might still just lose. Okay, we have all the mana in the world. So that means he's getting a ton of things. Let's I can't go to the next step, which means I have to find my Barbaric Moss in this turn. I've got 3, 4 mana, 5 mana in my second main phase, so I'm actually all good to cast through the breach, so I don't need to splash Shoals. Just mustn't draw twice, then I lose. Okay, we win. Now the trick is not to accidentally click Griselbrand, then we lose. And he concedes. Okay, did we do anything wrong? I think the deck is still fine. I actually must be aware not to crack my fetch lands if I can avoid it. But yeah, this looks good. Sometimes they just concede because they don't expect Chalice or Relic, because I'm a graveyard deck, so nobody expects Relic. Yeah, this is probably fine. I don't hate an Emrakul. If I eat all his lands, it's really bad for him anyway. But if I Emrakul and he combos, it's actually completely useless. So this is a waste of time. And he can combo like really early. He can do it turn 2 if he really wants to. So yeah, Wrath effects are useless. Dispel's not gonna help. No, I'm content. Let's go for it. Okay, this is quite a cool hand. We don't have to take a lot of damage. And I'll save my fetch land. Okay, so we drew Goy's Vengeance. It's a blank. We need to find a looting. Usually I like to hold my chalices if I can. We found a looting. I don't really want the swamp now. I can always find it later. And I'll pick this on top. I usually like to hold the chalices because then they just beast within them early. I'd rather just beast within my lands and then I stop him. You can usually see when he's set up to go off, but that's like normally turn 3 or 4. So I'll wait a bit, maybe he'll rush one out. Okay. I want the Night's Whisper. I'm not that keen on the Desperate Ritual. I don't need it. I want the land. I don't really care about Goy's Vengeance. I kind of want all the lands, but I know I only need 2, 3 lands. So I need to find it through the breach and a Griselbrand. This will find me more lands. Yeah, I need to combo securely. Yeah, if he loots again and goes for a small combo, it's quite bad. Maybe I should wait another turn, but I don't know. We'll see. Because if I did, he just goes off on his turn in response, or on my turn in response to it. I don't really have any threats, so I need more time to set up. I'm not ready yet. If I draw through the breach and Griselbrand off this Night's Whisper, then we're really, really good to go. Dryad Arbor, that's a very good sign. Worm, that's excellent. I don't think I want to cast looting here. I think I'm gonna wait. Ideally, I want to flashback that looting first before I do it. Okay, I can throw away a worm, but I don't want to have to take like 1,000,000,000 damage. I can fetch the basic mountain with this. That's not a bad idea. It's fewer red sources to attack. Sweet, we got there. Okay, so I don't want Blackleaf Cliffs. I don't want this World Spawn Worm. Now we just have to hope that... Oh, I don't have Through the Breach. What a scrub. Okay, so he Beast Within it. He might go for the combo here. Maybe I was supposed to put Grizzlebrand in the yard to prevent him from just going for it. I think at this point, if he has Fulminates and Mages, it doesn't matter so much. I don't care about blue mana. Or do I? I don't care about anything. Should I block it? I've got Shoal, so this is relevant. So it's 3, 6, 10, 13, 17. It's better to block. Yeah, it's just not worth putting Grizzlebrand in the yard. Then you just lose to... What's his name? Okay, so... Through the Breach, or bust. Well, it's not exactly bust. If he had Fulminators, he would have played them, so we're not going to get attacked that way. But he's probably sitting with some Fairy Macabres in hand. So... Yeah, if we get through the breach, we win the game. But we can't get through the breach because you've got Aquitects at will. And that's because I fetched like a Scrub Lord. Alright, so we can just go for it. We have to hope that he doesn't have thing. So I'll start my basic swamp in my deck. I'd prefer that to be my land drop for the turn. So I think I just have to flashback looting. And hope. Hope with all my heart that he doesn't have Fairy Macabre. Now this is where it's really advantageous if you have it in the yard already. Then he casts it and you got the mana up for Vengeance, but I threw my Vengeance away very early. I'm not sure what to do. I'll start off with the looting, can't hurt. Kind of want to burn the ritual and then use the loot, because if I do find breach, it makes no difference. But I want to not have to shock if I can avoid it. 38 cards, so this puts me up to 11, 22, which means I can draw 21 cards. One more shoal puts me at 12, which puts me, so it's 36 or 21, which leaves me with 15. Shoal puts me up. I'll probably still hit it even if I thingy. Okay, so I still get to attack, he can't stop me, so yeah, I will draw the deck no matter what. Please through the breach. I need through the breach and a spirit guard. Okay, I didn't find one. I don't have to go for it here, but I probably should. I can always play the swamp, gain life, flashback the looting. I can flashback the looting this turn actually, but I'm a scrub because I tapped all my red sources, so I have to shock. Whereas normally I could just play the swamp. Go to 22, he's got, so we counted this already, it's 10, 17, 18. Go to 22, go down to 4. If I go down to 4, I'm probably dead anyway. Yeah, if I kept Boboric Moss in the graveyard, I would maybe be better off. Okay, what happens if I do the Splice Gorgeous Vengeance trick? But I can't do, yes I can. I think I must do the Splice Gorgeous Vengeance trick. Because I drew the extra shoal, that's probably okay. Is it though? I lose so much. The splash trick is where you use a shoal, but it costs you a green thingy, and you splice this, but this is still in your hand. So if you cast the Macabre, I can still get back the guy from the graveyard. Which also gives me another draw step to find the breach. The alternative is to use my ritual now. I probably won't need the ritual next turn, and flashback looting. I think that's probably the best bet. But then I have to throw something away. I don't feel like just losing to Fairy Macabre. I don't think that's cool. I think that's very boring. So imagine if I had like Damnation in my deck, or Languish. Probably not do much, just buy me a turn. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, because if his answer, he's already used a Beast Within, if his answer is another Living End, that's fine with me. So, okay. I have to discard 2 cards. Fuck. Vengeance and Swamp? Sounds good. To 11. You know, if this is the case, I probably actually just should have sided out all of the Goy's Vengeance. Oh, I didn't consider that he could also just pump his team, then I'm dead to his team pumping. Okay, well that's just a really unfortunate series of events. I mean, I did loot away Goy's Vengeance game 1. I mean, game 2. He may have decided that I'm no longer playing Goy's Vengeance, and so he may have taken them out. But I still doubt that's the case, because I could always just put them in the yard, and then he has to reanimate them for me. Yeah. Okay, well, his instant speed one is the pump. Yeah, so we died to the pump. No. Yeah, I could also exile the shoal and gain more life. That could have happened as well. And then we draw Goy's Vengeance. I suppose I can flashback looting. No, we wouldn't have gotten there. I mean, I would have hit this off the flashback. 3 mana. No, it's not good enough. And we'll never know if you had the macabre in hand. Ever.